Hello, friends. Welcome back to Book Bites, your go-to destination for powerful book summaries that can transform your mindset and improve your life, one page at a time. In today's episode, we're diving deep into one of the most impactful self-development books of our time, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Whether you're trying to break a bad habit, build a new one, or simply understand the science behind behavior change, this book is a game changer. It doesn't just talk about success or motivation in vague terms. It gives you a practical, proven framework to reshape your life, starting with small, consistent actions. Let's get started. So, have you ever tried building a good habit only to see it slip away in an instant? Or wondered why it's so hard to stay consistent, even when your goals are crystal clear? If yes, then this video is for you. What is Atomic Habits all about? The title itself holds deep meaning. Atomic refers to something extremely small, yet also powerful like an atom, full of energy. Habits are the actions we repeat daily, often without realizing their long-term impact. James Clear teaches that success doesn't come from massive overnight change, but from tiny, consistent improvements, just 1% better every day. These atomic habits are small routines and choices that, over time, compound into big transformations. Why should you read Atomic Habits? This book is perfect for anyone striving for consistent self-improvement, people who want to understand and master their daily behavior, those looking to break bad habits and replace them with healthy ones, readers interested in psychology and behavioral science. What will you learn from it? Why we often ignore small actions, even when they matter most, how habits are actually formed, and how to reshape them. How to make boring or difficult tasks more enjoyable. Why starting small leads to big, sustainable success. And how every little action done repeatedly creates your identity and your future. A relatable example. Think about this. When you start working out, you don't get fit in one day, but over time those efforts pay off. And when you eat junk food every day, you may not notice the damage immediately, but one day, your reflection or an old photo tells the real story. That's the power of Atomic Habits. Invisible at first, but powerful in the long run. If you're ready to take control of your life one small step at a time, then stay with us, because this book might just be the key you've been looking for. The power of small choices. Why 1% progress matters. Friends, every day countless small actions, good or bad, take place in our lives. We often underestimate their impact thinking, it's just a small thing, it won't make much difference. But the truth is, repeated small actions hold the power to either move us forward or slowly drag us backward. Take this simple example. One person uses the internet daily to search for valuable knowledge. Another spends the same time consuming mindless entertainment. On the surface, it seems both are just using the internet, but give it 5 years, and you'll see a massive difference in who they've become. So if you truly want to live a successful, healthy, and fulfilling life, you must start by identifying what habits are taking you forward, what habits are quietly pulling you back, and most importantly, are these things helping or harming you over time? Let's understand this with a simple question. Whatever you are doing today, ask yourself, backhand index pointing right, if I continue doing this for the next 5 years, where will it take me? That one question can reveal whether the habit is worth keeping. For instance, if you spend most of your income on comfort or luxury items, you may feel satisfied temporarily. But 5 years from now, you might still be stuck financially where you are today. On the other hand, if you invest that same money in self-growth, learning, or skill building, then 5 years later, you could be earning far more, living your dream life, and inspiring others. It's the same with every goal. Whether a child becomes a great cricketer depends not on talent alone, but on consistent practice and the right habits from a young age. No one reaches the top by standing still. Your results in life depend on your habits. Your bank balance reflects your spending habits. Your health shows your eating and lifestyle patterns. Your knowledge grows with every minute you choose to study. Even your surroundings mirror your discipline, clean or cluttered. In short, what you do consistently, you become. Time amplifies the gap between failure and success. The more time you waste, the farther you drift from your goals. But the more time you invest wisely, the closer you get to the life you want. Good habits make time your best friend. Bad habits turn time into your biggest enemy. So yes, habits are not just important. They're the foundation of your future. They're the pillars of a bridge that can either lead to success or collapse into regret. You must have heard people ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But the real question is, what will you do in the next 10 minutes to become that person? Because success doesn't begin 5 years from now, it begins right now. Let's be real. Saying, I'll study 6 hours a day for 2 years to crack an exam sounds great, but it's difficult to maintain that kind of intensity consistently. Instead, break your goals into small, doable actions, like studying a single chapter or solving just 5 problems each day. That daily consistency becomes a habit, and that habit builds your success system. Chart increasing. Here's the magic of small progress. If you get just 1% better every day, in 100 days, you'll be 100% improved. In a year, you'll be 3,600% better than where you started. And with that kind of growth, even the goals that once felt too big will be well within your reach. So remember, success doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small steps, taken consistently, from daily decisions that compound over time. So start today. Make yourself just 1% better, every single day. Your identity is shaped by your habits. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to change your habits? The truth is, most people either try to change the wrong things or attempt change in the wrong way. Real, lasting transformation happens when you stop focusing solely on results and start focusing on who you're becoming. James Clear, in his best-selling book Atomic Habits, explains that there are 3 levels at which change can occur. Outcome-based change, changing your results, e.g., lose weight, get rich. Process-based change, changing your habits and systems. Identity-based change, changing the type of person you believe you are. Among these, identity-based change is the most powerful and sustainable. Don't just chase results, become the kind of person who gets them. When your goals are only focused on outcomes, it's easy to lose motivation, especially because meaningful results take time, months, even years. But when you shift your focus to identity and build habits that align with the person you want to become, you not only enjoy the process more, but you start transforming from the inside out. For example, want to build the habit of reading newspapers daily? Start thinking of yourself as a person who's always informed. Over time, people around you will see you as knowledgeable, and reading the newspaper will become part of your identity, not just your routine. The 4 rules of building better habits. James Clear suggests asking 4 questions every time you want to create a new habit. How can I make it obvious? Use visual cues, set reminders. Link it to existing routines. How can I make it attractive? Pair the habit with something enjoyable or rewarding. How can I make it easy? Start small. Reduce friction. Break it into micro steps. How can I make it satisfying? Celebrate small wins. Track progress. Feel accomplished. The easier and more enjoyable your habit feels, the more likely it is to stick. Visualize who you want to become. Before adopting a habit, ask yourself, will this habit move me closer to the person I want to become? If the answer is yes, go all in. Start imagining how that future version of you thinks, acts, and makes decisions. Let that vision guide your daily actions. The real reason you struggle with motivation. It's not a lack of motivation. It's a lack of clarity. Bill Gates once said, with clear vision and focused energy, success becomes inevitable. To create a new habit, successfully define why you want to change, what you're willing to give up, where you'll start, small, clear actions. When you'll start, don't wait, start now. You don't need more motivation. You need a better environment. James Clear calls environment the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Surroundings matter. If your room, workspace, or circle of people encourage bad habits, change them. If your environment supports growth, you'll succeed naturally, with less effort. Spend time with books, thoughts, and people that reflect the person you want to become. Self-control is about managing triggers, not willpower. Everyone struggles with temptation, especially when trying to build a new habit or quit a bad one. For example, if you're dieting and see sweets often, your self-control is tested every time. Eventually, you'll break. That's why self-discipline isn't about being stronger. It's about being smarter. Remove triggers from your environment. Keep inspiring reminders visible. Stay connected with people who lift your mindset. Habits are the tools that shape your future. Creating new habits isn't just about daily routines. It's about building a life you're proud of. Ask yourself, if I start this habit today, what will it bring me a year from now? Whether it's your health, finances, knowledge, or happiness, everything improves when your habits align with your goals. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture, but focus on the next small step. Your circle influences your habits. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your income, mindset, energy, and values are shaped by your surroundings. So if your current circle doesn't inspire growth, seek one that does. Join a club, follow a mentor, read books, or befriend people who already embody the life you want. Breaking bad habits starts with awareness. Just like good habits, bad ones are also built through repetition, often unconsciously. To eliminate bad habits, ask yourself, is this habit wasting my time or energy? Is it moving me further from my goals? What negative results is it leading to? Once you're aware of the cost, it becomes easier to let go. Focus only on habits that deliver long-term, meaningful returns. Final thought, the 1% rule. You don't need to change everything at once. Just improve 1% every day. That small effort, repeated daily, leads to massive growth. In 100 days, you're 100% better. In 1 year, you're over 3,600% improved. Start small. Stay consistent. Build the life you dream of. Start small, grow steady. Every habit begins with a need, a desire for change. But real transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens step by step. To form new habits successfully, they must be simple and easy to start. The more effortless they feel in the beginning, the more likely you are to stick with them. It's not about taking giant leaps. It's about small, consistent progress. So when building a habit, take tiny steps and gradually increase your pace. Just remember, the secret lies in consistency, not intensity. Less effort, maximum results. Sounds too good to be true? Not really. Our brain naturally prefers the path of least resistance, especially when starting something new. It doesn't want pressure, it wants progress. That's why it's smart to start small and build momentum gently. Do the task calmly and in small doses, especially in the beginning. If you overwhelm your mind right away, it will resist. But if you treat the process gently, your mind will slowly adapt and begin finding its own ways to improve the habit over time. Let your brain fall in love with the rhythm first, then the results will follow. Stop procrastination in just 2 minutes. Procrastination is the biggest enemy of success and good habits. Here's a simple hack. The 2-minute rule: if something will take less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Or whenever you decide to start something, begin within 2 minutes of the thought. This prevents your mind from getting distracted or overthinking. It's a small trick, but it creates powerful momentum. Make good habits easy, break bad ones smartly. James Clear talks about the law of inversion. Just as we should make good habits easy and attractive, we should make bad habits difficult and invisible. For instance, if you're trying to reduce screen time, simply delete distracting apps from your phone. By removing access, you reduce temptation and make the habit harder to follow. Success comes not just from willpower, but from shaping your environment. Make good habits rewarding. Behavioral psychology shows that we repeat what feels rewarding. If a habit brings satisfaction, we want to do it again. So when building a new habit, start with something that feels good. Create a sense of achievement around it. Gradually increase both the effort and the reward. The more satisfying the experience, the easier it is to turn a task into a habit. Track your progress to stay on track. Studies prove that the simple act of tracking your habits increases the likelihood of sticking to them. Use a habit tracker app, a notebook, or a wall calendar. Mark each day you complete your habit. These visual cues build accountability and serve as a reminder of your progress. When you see your streak grow, it boosts motivation, and that positive reinforcement keeps you going. The power of an accountability partner. Want to level up your consistency? Share your goals with someone you trust, be it a family member, friend, or mentor. When someone else knows about your journey, you naturally feel more responsible for your actions. They will encourage you when you're doing well and guide you back when you lose track. In short, they help you stay grounded and focused. Talent versus effort. What truly matters? We often hear, talent is everything. But here's the truth. Talent sets the direction. Effort determines how far you'll go. You need to choose the right goals, ones that align with your natural interests and strengths. For example, if you dislike singing, making it your life goal to become a famous singer is not only unwise, it's draining. But if you love writing and work to master your skills, you could one day become one of the greats. Habits are easier to build when they align with your passions and natural inclinations. So choose activities that make you feel alive and keep developing your ability to grow in them. Final thought. Design the life you want, one habit at a time. Your habits shape your future. Every action, no matter how small, moves you in a direction, either toward the person you want to be or away from it. Make good habits easy, obvious, and satisfying. Make bad habits invisible, inconvenient, and unrewarding. Start with small steps. Stay consistent. Build habits that support the identity you want to embody. Your future self is created by the habits you practice today. The Goldilocks rule, where real motivation comes from. Have you ever started a new habit only to feel bored and give up midway? Here's the truth. The greatest enemy of success is not failure, it's boredom. When a task feels too easy, we lose interest. When it's too hard, we feel overwhelmed. According to the Goldilocks rule, we're most motivated when we work on something that's just right. Not too simple, not too difficult, but aligned with our current abilities. That's why it's important not to copy someone else's habits blindly. Instead, build habits that challenge you just enough to stay engaged, while also giving you a sense of progress and joy. That's the fast track to success. How a habit is formed, the 4-step loop. Every habit, good or bad, follows the same 4-stage loop. Cue, a trigger from your environment, e.g., seeing a cigarette poster. Craving, a desire or urge follows, you want to smoke. Response, you act on the craving, you light a cigarette. Reward, you get short-term pleasure, a dopamine hit. But here's the catch. Bad habits offer short-term joy and long-term pain. To break a bad habit, you must interrupt the loop at the earliest stage. Avoid the cue. Distract yourself when cravings arise. Replace the response with a better activity. Reinforce positive behavior with a healthier reward. This is how you gradually shift from destructive patterns to empowering ones. The 4 laws to build better habits. James Clear gives us a simple framework to form good habits. Make it obvious. Make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. Keycap 1. Make it obvious. Be crystal clear about what you want and how you'll do it. Example, instead of saying, I want to write more, say, I will write 1 blog post every day for 30 minutes at 8 a.m. Ambiguity confuses the mind. Clarity focuses it. Keycap 2. Make it attractive. If a habit feels like a burden, you'll avoid it. Make it enjoyable. Break big tasks into small chunks. Reward yourself after short sessions. Mix it with things you enjoy, music, nature walks, etc. This way, your brain links the habit to pleasure, not pressure. Keycap 3. Make it easy. Don't try to do too much too soon. Don't start with 100 push-ups. Start with 10. Don't write 5 blog posts in a day. Start with 1 paragraph. Small wins build confidence. And confidence builds momentum. Keycap 4. Make it satisfying. The habit should make you feel good. Feel stronger after working out. Feel accomplished after reading a page. Track your progress and celebrate milestones. When you feel proud of your effort, you're more likely to stick with it. Stick with habits. Time plus location matter. To build consistency, define when you'll do the habit, where you'll do it. Example, I'll write for 30 minutes in the study room every morning at 7 a.m. This reduces mental decision fatigue and makes the habit automatic. Accountability changes everything. Share your goals with someone who supports your growth, a friend, family member, or mentor. When someone is watching, you try harder. When they celebrate your wins and correct your lapses, you stay on track. Accountability turns intention into action. Does talent matter? Yes, but only if you align it. Talent helps, but only when you use it in the right direction. Trying to master a skill you have zero interest in will exhaust you. But focusing on something you're naturally curious about, like writing, teaching, fitness, or coding, makes effort feel like play. Habits stick best when they match your interests and strengths. Thank you so much for listening. We will meet with new book summary. Keep learning and keep growing.